Jared Kushner said in this interview on Al Jazeera that Israelis would be able to keep the settlements in Judea and Samaria, West Bank, and also the Palestinians. The so-called Jewish settlements in Judea and Samaria, according to Jared Kushner, will not be allowed to expand. He said, what we've done is cap the growth of the Israeli settlements for 4 years. He says there's never been a 4-year freeze before. And apparently the Jews there agreed to that in order to let the settlements stand. And of course he says if they don't do this and put a cap on it, then the settlements will continue to grow. So it's interesting to me that this settlement freeze is for 4 years, and in order to not have these Jewish people taken away by the Hague under the Rome Statute Covenant, they would have to ratify that covenant for 7 years before any action could be taken against those Jewish settlers, so-called. So how would that play a role if the peace deal of the century is putting a freeze and a cap on the Jewish settlements from expanding, and then that 7-year covenant comes into play to where that could be broken, let's say, at the 3.5-year mark before the 4 years freeze is up, because all of these things coming together have to do with the settlements in Judea and Samaria with the Jewish people. And, of course, combines with Matthew 24, where those in Judea will have to flee to the mountains and not go back into their homes to get anything out. Very interesting that the peace deal of the century put this 4-year freeze so that they cannot expand their communities in the Jewish settlements in Judea and Samaria. So I just wanted to report this. This was out of the mouth of Jared Kushner. We can see that prophecy has been building and building and building from the late 1800s up until now. We are so close, and creating a new nation inside the land of Israel is part of the prophecy that's going to come to pass. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with all of this. But clearly, if you add up all of the prophecies that have come to pass, and just the fact that they're about to rebuild the temple, they dedicated the altar, they created the holy menorah, just so many prophecies fulfilled. These things are just more signs of the end of days prophecies coming to pass.